That night, Emma slept in one of the mansion's many bedrooms. She dreamed of whispers in the dark, of shadows moving across the walls, and of a figure standing at the foot of her bed, watching her. She woke up in a cold sweat, her heart pounding. The room was silent, but the feeling of being watched lingered. The next morning, Emma decided to explore the mansion more thoroughly. She found a hidden compartment in the study's desk, containing a leather-bound diary. The pages were filled with elegant handwriting, and the name on the first page sent a shiver down her spine. Eleanor Blackwood. Emma spent hours reading the diary. It was filled with entries about Eleanor's life in the manor, her struggles with her husband Arthur, and her growing fear of something she called the Collector. The entries became increasingly frantic, culminating in a final, chilling passage. The curse is real. Arthur made a deal with the Collector, and now we are all doomed. I must find a way to break it before it's too late. Emma's hands trembled as she closed the diary. She had always dismissed curses and superstitions as nonsense, but the fear in Eleanor's words felt all too real. She needed answers, and she knew just where to find them. She reached out to Daniel Harper Moore, a local historian and professor at Savannah College of Art and Design. Daniel was a tall, handsome man with a warm smile and a passion for uncovering the past. He agreed to help Emma research the Blackwood family history, and the two quickly formed a bond. Together, they uncovered the truth about Arthur Blackwood. In the 1920s, Arthur had been a wealthy businessman who lost everything in the stock market crash. Desperate to regain his fortune, he turned to dark rituals and made a pact with a mysterious figure known only as the Collector. In exchange for wealth and power, Arthur promised the souls of his descendants. The curse ensured that every generation of Blackwoods would suffer tragedy unless the pact was broken. Emma's mind raced as she processed the information. Her mother's sudden death when she was a child, her father's descent into alcoholism, her own struggles. It all made sense now. She was the last living Blackwood, and her soul was the final price for Arthur's deal. Determined to break the curse, Emma and Daniel searched the mansion for clues. They found a hidden passage behind a bookshelf, leading to an underground chamber. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth, and the walls were covered in strange symbols. In the center of the room was an altar, and on it lay a locked box. Emma's hand shook as she opened the box. Inside was a contract signed by Arthur Blackwood and a vial of blood. The contract was written in a language she didn't recognize, but the meaning was clear. It was the pact that bound her family to the Collector. "We have to destroy it," Emma said, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her veins. But the danger only escalated. One night, as they attended a charity gala, Madison felt an arm yank her into the shadows. A masked man growled, "Stay away from Ethan if you want to live." Before she could scream, Ethan appeared, punching the man so hard he crumpled to the floor. His security team rushed in, dragging the attacker away. Ethan grabbed her hand, his grip tight. "I won't let anything happen to you." And in that moment, she knew this wasn't just business anymore. Their fake marriage had turned into something real. But with enemies lurking in the shadows, would love be enough to survive? 1 year later, Madison stood in Ethan's office, their contract in her trembling hands. "Don, our deal is over. The surgery is paid for. I can leave now." Ethan stepped forward, his blue eyes softer than she'd ever seen them. "Is that what you really want?" Her heart ached. "It's what we agreed." He reached for her, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Forget the contract, Madison. Stay because you want to. Stay because I love you." Tears welled in her eyes. Against all odds, she had fallen for the man she once thought was untouchable. With a breathless smile, she whispered, "Then I guess I'm staying." And for the first time in years, she felt truly safe. In his arms, where she belonged.